Welcome back to Tara's Traveling Paints. I'm going to be doing some painting and updating. Sorry, I'm a mess. I was heading out to do a dump run and the Jeep said, no, you're not going anywhere right yet. So I have to wait for it to warm up. Apparently one of our tires is very low pressure and I don't want to run the risk of getting in an accident or anything like that, especially since I always have a little girl with me. So I'm just waiting for it to heat up. It's negative out, so we can get to like a 20-30 degrees. It should raise it enough that I will be able to get to a gas station to blow up the tire. I have a portable one that's battery operated, but I had it in the Subaru because I wanted it with me when I went to Vermont. And I never pulled it out of the Subaru. So we do have another compressor, but I can't get to it because there's so much stuff in the garage that I can't get to half the tools. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do today, and hopefully this video comes out pretty good. Let me get more lights on for us. Now, when I was in Vermont, I came across something really interesting. At my mom's housing, where she lives, there's a free table. So people put like the stuff they get from the food bank that they don't want on there so other people can use it. Sometimes there's clothes. There's, all sorts of different kinds of things it could be. And so I always check it out when I go out to Vermont. This, I found a stack of probably 15 LPs or records. I don't know. I think most of my audience is about my age, so they know what it is, but some people are younger, they might not know. So basically, it's how we play music on a turntable, and it's a vinyl, and it has ridges in it, and it translates to a needle and makes music, and it's very beautiful. However, I don't have a turntable, and I needed something to paint on. So, I did go through them. They are in excellent shape. And I went through them to see if I had something that was, a big, like I could sell it the way it is and make some money on it. But all of them are like $4. So I wasn't too worried about that. And this one that I'm going to be painting on today is Tchaikovsky. I don't know who he is. I guess he's a piano orchestra. So, pretty interesting. Excuse me I'm tired. So, it'll go back into this until I decide. I did do some research about people pouring on albums, and I cannot remember the lady's name, but she had a whole series on it, and she frames them in IKEA frames, and they look pretty cool. So I'm not sure if that's how I'll go with it, or whether these are just going to be something that hangs. But we'll have to check it out. So, I made this a ready pour. It had about this much red in it, and I filled it to about here with Floetrol. So, it's now ready to rock and roll. That's going to be my base. The reason why I chose it is because the center of the painting is red. Okay, I have leftover copper, and I have leftover flash incandescence, what is this, amethyst? And then I have, from last painting, all the paints mixed together. I did not stir it. So that should be interesting. I do need to pour those into another cup because it's been a few days and they will get really thick, and I don't want to get any gobbledy-goops. So I have to sacrifice a cup or two to make sure that we don't run into much trouble here. So just pour that amethyst right in there. And I've seen people actually cover the hole with hot glue. I don't think I'm going to do that, but this is my first time. So you never know how it'll change as I go. Don't want no gobbledygooks. And it does get rather thick when you leave it. And here's the crazy color. Still looking pretty snazzy. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking to do a ring pour. And I'm going to use this cup. That's a dirty cup because it's just all mixed together. And that's where I'm going to start for now. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and tilt you down, and let's take a closer look and see what we got going on. Personal update. We still got to move. But we are working really hard on maintaining a positive attitude, which is sweet sauce. I just want to make sure you can see. Let me make sure. Yep, we're doing good. So I'm working very hard on making sure that I remain positive. And Wayne's doing a pretty good job with that too. It's a little bit more difficult for him. Men tend to get a lot more angry than we do. But all in all, the women are really the dangerous ones. But yeah, it's just a very interesting life process that's going on. And I think it's interesting to say the very least. Second update is the castor oil packs. I am doing that at night. And it's doing pretty good. I'm excited. I still have no congestion, really. I'm sleeping through the night most of the way. Last night I did go to bed very early. Too early. So I did wake up pretty early, but I managed to get back to sleep for a little bit. And then I woke up again at 4. I've been doing some research. And I am yawning again. Okay, what's up with that? So now I'm kind of wondering, should I? So how I prepped him. Rubbed him down with alcohol. It needs to be clean. And I'm nervous about this because I have no idea. Never done this before. I'm thinking I should hot glue gun that spot. Yeah, I really do think I should. Okay, let's see if I can. Nervous though. Hot glue guns, they just think. I don't know, I really like having the hole in the middle though. Oh, we're just gonna go for it, and we're gonna hope that it all goes well. Hopefully I don't get too hot. It is very cold out. So I'm just gonna go around like that. And then keep that cup nearby and do some tilting. See if I can get this covered. Yeah, I did pretty good. Gonna go back with some more, and then I'm gonna hit it with fire, and then we're gonna go ahead and rock it out. So I'm gonna go straight from the container here for now. All right. So yeah, the castor oil pack, just amazing stuff so far. And so I am leaving it on over my liver at night. I made my own pack I didn't buy one since, of course, we're trying to save money to move. We don't need to be buying crazy stuff. We are taking a much harder look at buying books. We've been steady buying books. For instance, last week we got Black's Law Dictionary, first edition from 1869, I believe it was. We got that. I busted my Bible back out. I have a few, but this one has a large print. It's a King James. Wayne has purchased a couple of like survival of herbal remedy books that are on the way, and I'm kind of excited about all that. Homesteading books, stuff we all need to kind of embrace right now, guys. In case you don't know, you need to know. It's important. I want you all to be okay. I don't want you to have any issues. So get your bushcrafting and your foraging and your gardening skills and your shelter building skills. Start getting that stuff, at the very least, physical copies of books to teach you how to do it. You probably want to start practicing that as well. It's a little hard here in the Northeast because it's cold, but you know, you never know what you'll be able to do. Puppy is being really cute right now. She's wearing her jacket. Yeah, you are. So I'm kind of excited about that. Making sure you have physical copies of things. It's really important. It's really, really important. Okay, so okay, I think this is really weird. Just kind of going like that. It's pretty. And I probably should have gloves on. We did some really fun cooking this week. Oh, I made a mistake. I made this fabulous stew, right? This incredible stew. I followed some suggestions from a recipe. I usually just open recipes for suggestions because I definitely like my own cooking. But they did something to the stew at the end of it that I was like, oh, I want to try that. I don't think I've ever done that. And that's called finishing the stew with cold butter. So this is kind of funny. I do have can of butter. I do enjoy can of butter from time to time. And I finished it by accident with the can of butter. I got upset. I was not happy because if you have any idea about that, that could be pretty potent. You want to be careful. It's not supposed. I do it for more trying to get myself in a relaxed state and helping that part of me. I don't abuse it. I don't go crazy. But I had made a mistake long ago when I first started making can of butter. I thought for sure I was going to be putting that butter on toast and all that fun stuff. No, that was not going to happen. I did it once and it was a very long day. And so I don't recommend that. Everybody's different. So I got nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just finished this with can of butter. What's going to happen? So I had it for dinner on Saturday night. And lo and behold, it is a potent stew, but it's too delicious to ignore. So I just have to be very careful about that so as to not have it for breakfast any day, or because I eat whatever I have in the refrigerator for whatever meal. I don't just stick with breakfast foods. This is really weird. Sorry you're not seeing it. So that was disturbing. Anyway, so what did we make? We did some cooking. I made Wayne meatball subs. Answer. Sorry about that, guys. And I just took a bunch of pictures because I didn't see that it was said photo now. My baby cakes just called and he's like, well, hopefully it'll be better. But he wants that compressor in that Jeep. So we got to get that in there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where I'm at with this right now. I just don't quite see if I can. Make something interesting happen. So I made really spicy meatball subs for him, and then yesterday I went on a fry frenzy, and I made fried chicken thighs. I made fried homemade mushrooms. I made fried homemade onion rings, which never come out right for me, but they always taste really good. And some store-bought mozzarella sticks, just to jazz up our week a little bit. We do like our mutz sticks. Probably shouldn't be eating anything from a store anymore, but this is kind of interesting. Just curious as to how this is going to grow. Huh. Terrified of spinning it. Don't know if I love it. But this is my first one, so I'm doing the practicing. Do some wrecking. Yeah, I really wanted to go do the returns today, so I want to start stocking up on some water. Pretty good on food. I'm doing good on food. Water. This is actually kind of cool looking. Let's see about spinning it. Do you need help to get up, girl? I can help you. Let me help her get up on the chair. Might be a little restricted because she's got her coat on. It is chilly in here. You want some help? There you go. Whoa. There you go, pretty girl. She is such a baby girl. I love her. So we're going to try to spin a little here. Please go light. Really light. That's really super light. I did tape the cups underneath because I can't think of anything else to keep it up. Huh. Wondering if I should do some ribbons. Feeling like Play with ribbons a little bit here. Ribbons, you always want to go start pouring off, not on, so you have a straight ribbon. I wonder what I think about that. I don't know what I think about that. All right. All right. I mean, it's a very interesting concept. It's not a normal thing for me, though. So it's a little uncomfortable, but that's all right. What else did we do? So yeah, I just made a Friday Fest. I went crazy. Went to bed early, like 7:30, and had a pretty good weekend. I've been paying. Oh, that's coming out. It's starting to do some stuff. I've been paying very close attention to what I'm thinking just as I wake up. Like yesterday was 555. So I went and looked up 555. I went to the Bible, the 5th book, the 5th chapter, the 5th verse. Nothing clicked there for me with that one. It did point out fear. It said something about you fear the fire or something like that. I don't have it in front of me. But yeah. And then I looked up like the angel numbers and the spirit numbers, and that started to make sense. So that was interesting. Okay. It's just interesting painting. I don't even know what I'm thinking or how I feel about it yet. I don't think it's ugly. I'm not like that. That's not like what's happening in my brain. It's just so weird for me. Difficult to paint on. I wonder how it's going to change. I wonder if I'll lose those cells down that little hole. I wonder. I wonder if I'll ever get good at this. Painting on vinyl. Probably be better with doing epoxy work on it. I just don't have any pigments to make epoxy art. I just use it as a finish. So it's interesting. It is really interesting. I gotta say, I think it'll dry like beautifully. So I got some larger boulders in that topper. Well, they're not large boulders, but they're interesting. I like them, and I hope they stick around for this entire drying process. I think this will actually dry really nice. The red is something else. I mean, I've been using a lot of red in my paintings lately, and I like it. All right, I'm going to bring you in for a closer look. Hold on one moment. I'm going to have to pause and then get you out of the handle.